Alright, so congratulations to our president of hockey operations, Jim Rutherford, on signing a 3-year extension with the Vancouver Canucks. Really well deserved after some of the moves he's made to propel this team in the right direction, and I hope he can continue to do so as we inch closer and closer to the postseason. But today we had ourselves a very interesting press conference with Francesco Aquilini and Jim Rutherford himself. And I just wanted to highlight and talk with you guys about some of the more notable things that were said. The start of the press conference was quite standard. You had opening remarks from both Jim Rutherford and Francesco Aquilini, and then the questions started rolling in, and that's where things got intriguing. We had questions about Elias Pettersson and his whole contract situation, in which Rutherford basically responded by saying they love the player and they're prepared to throw a lot of money at him, but they're not concerned about getting it done during the season, which is fair enough, honestly. Let PD dial in. Don't give him any distractions or other things to focus on other than the game at hand itself. And then once everything is said and done with at the end of this year, then you can sit down with Pettersson and offer him as much money as he wants, because the guy deserves it. It is a little bit strange why Pettersson is so reluctant to sign right now, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to be questioning it. When he's ready, he'll be ready. I'm not worried. I think it'll get done, but I can make a whole video on that for another time. But another player that was mentioned was Andrei Kuzmenko. Now, Kuzmenko has had himself a pretty bad year in comparison to last season. Ever since he got hurt, it's been downward spiraling with head coach Rick Tocchet. He's been in and out of the lineup, and no one's really been sure what was going to happen to him. Most recently, he got benched last night against the Arizona Coyotes, and they asked him about what was going on there, and basically what Jim Rutherford said is that they're confident in the player, and regardless of if he's in a Canucks uniform or not, that he can be a skilled player at the NHL level. I can't find the exact quote, but in a nutshell, that's what they said. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it's definitely interesting to say something like that nonetheless. But overall, this whole Kuzmenko talk has been pretty upsetting because I like the player. So I'm done talking about that for now. There were a couple of things mentioned about playoffs and the trade deadline, which I'm sure you will all find quite interesting. So basically, Jim Rutherford was asked about whether or not he'd be willing to make big decisions to try and improve the team ahead of the playoffs. And he was also asked about the risks of making the right decisions and the right trades so that you don't screw up the future. And to that, he basically said, well, yeah, there are risks in making sure that you make the right decisions, not mismanaging your assets and bringing in the right guys. But there is also a risk in not doing anything at all to make the team better. So Jim Rutherford is basically hinting at the fact that he's not scared to make a move, which is a little bit scary because you don't know who he's going to try and bring in, whether it's like a Gensel or maybe he has someone else up his sleeve. And the other thing that's scary is you don't know who he's willing to give up. But what I will say, which is pretty comforting news, is that Jim Rutherford confirmed he is not willing to get rid of any of the players he has who have not turned pro yet. So this means we are not losing Jonathan Lekkerimäki or Tom Willander. Big sigh of relief there. It seems like basically everyone else is in play though, so I guess we're just going to have to wait and find out. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. The Canucks still have a lot of work to do. We're halfway through the season and we play the Toronto Maple Leafs tomorrow night. Make sure you tune in for my post-game thoughts on that. And let me know your thoughts on this interview and what Jim Rutherford said. If you didn't actually go and watch it, make sure you go ahead and do so. It's on YouTube, so it's pretty easy to find. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be sure to catch you in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace out and take care.